The James Webb Telescope is on its way to writing history by literally time-traveling back to millions of light years, but this time it has discovered something so insane that it might tell us something about life in the universe. These signs of life were found in the form of water, and the world has been in shock since then. So make sure to keep watching this video to find out how James Webb found traces of water in space. NASA's James Webb Telescope recently made a very shocking and insane discovery in which it collected data showing the presence of clouds and haze in the atmosphere. The data was collected by a rather hot planet that's quite puffy in density. This planet is located at a distance of about 1,000 light years from the Sun. This recent discovery is literally the most detailed one in history, as it discovers the atmosphere in a far-away planet for the very first time. These clouds and haze were discovered in WASP 96, which is a huge planet in the Milky Way, but it's not the only one. It's located at a distance of about 1,150 light-years in the constellation Phoenix. Also, the temperature of this planet is around 538 degrees, which would obviously make it difficult for any life to sustain. But its harsh conditions made the planet a perfect study case for NASA. They analyzed its huge size, puffy nature, and short periods of orbiting and realized that it was perfect for observation of the atmosphere. Even though Hubble showed some traces of water in space back in 2013, but the recent discovery by James Webb is much more detailed and shows us whether the planet could actually host life or not. James Webb analyzed the planet for 6.4 hours and measured its light as it continued orbiting around its sun. As a result, NASA got details on a transmission spectrum that showed some sign of water. Though there were prior observations, none of them showed such clear traces of clouds, haze, and water. What started off as an observation turned out to be a groundbreaking discovery, because if there is water in WASP 96, then there might also be life. Researchers are now planning to determine the quality of water vapor in the environment of this exoplanet. They'll also be working on the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other compounds that are essential for life. By getting all this data, the researchers would be able to determine the origin story of this planet and understand when it came into being. In addition, NASA proudly revealed that James Webb successfully detected signatures of water on a hazy exoplanet thousands of light years away from us. And this was bound to happen as James Webb is spending almost 25% of its time in observing the skies of distant exoplanets. Also, WASP 96 isn't located in our solar system, so it took some time before James Webb collected all its data. But the planet is already being referred to as Hot Jupiter. James Webb is detecting the temperature of a faraway planet by waiting for them to travel in front of their stars and then using the method of transit spectroscopy. In this method, light is separated into rainbow colors. As a rule of thumb, each molecule absorbs a selective color in space, and so does water. And if the light comes back but that color isn't present, it means it's absorbed by water. It's almost like all these molecules have a certain favorite food, but you have to determine which one it is. So you send in multiple dishes, and the one that comes back empty is their favorite dish. James Webb basically discovered water in space by using the same method, but this water was present in the clouds of WASP 96, so they're yet to find a planet with proper water bodies like ours. Researchers have used the data detected from this pattern of color absorption and have determined the key gases that are found in the atmosphere of the planet. This data is going to be very helpful in the future, as the other telescopes would be using the same method for determining the elements present in faraway planets. The data suggests that James Webb has a potential to determine the planets that are habitable and could have some life. And if that's true, then we might be in for the most insane discovery in the history of mankind. But that's just the beginning, as the scientists of Webb Telescope are now planning to point it towards planets that are rather small and rocky, much like Earth. These planets are more likely to have some sort of life because of their similarities with Earth. According to scientists, there are around 1 trillion exoplanets just in our galaxy, and we've only observed a few of them. And that's why they believe that we've barely scratched the surface of the mystery of origin and life. For now, scientists are really happy with the data they found from the James Webb Telescope, and they are convinced that it would help them understand the existence of life in space. Besides, water is one of the most important compounds that makes our Earth habitable, and it was a mystery for centuries whether water exists in space or not, and why there's life only on Earth. Even when Hubble discovered water, some scientists were convinced about the lack of a lot of data. but now with the observation and detailed data put forward by the James Webb telescope, things are clearer than ever, and it might also be possible that there's life on an exoplanet that has water. It doesn't necessarily have to be the kind of life we have here on Earth, but we could still find some traces of microorganisms in space, which would be a groundbreaking discovery. Considering the fact that WASP-96 was just the first planet on the list of NASA for atmospheric observation, it surely is a huge break for James Webb. We're yet to discover trillions of exoplanets, and odds tell us that we might even find life on at least a few of them. Some of the most brilliant space scientists believe that it's very unlikely that from trillions of planets, only our planet has life. So they're now trying their best to use the Webb telescope and try to find the signs that indicate life on exoplanets. The discovery of water in the clouds of WASP-96 has to be the highlight of James Webb discoveries because it actually gave hope to some scientists about the possibility of extraterrestrial species. For now, researchers would be studying the atmosphere of WASP-96 closely, so they're able to make an assumption about the presence of life on the planet. Also, it's possible that they take help from James Webb again to study the planet closely. Also, they would be using this information to compare this newly found planet with the Earth. Not only this, but they could also make inferences about the composition of this planet, and it would also determine its nature. So even though we might not be able to see a planet with the naked eye, we still could possibly know everything about it, and if this isn't the wonder of the James Webb telescope, then we don't really know what is. Do you think we could find any life on the WASP-96 planet? Tell us in the comment section. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, and thanks for watching.